TJ, man, able to make all the casters on the desk correct.
He's falling asleep too up there.
Yeah, like
to bed now.
nothing.
Job's done. He's out of here.
Iceman ready to take a nap.
Just night.
Absolutely insane. And Jack already mentioned it. This is the first time TK actually going to go down in a game number 5. They've been in countless game 5s. TJ seems to have that recipe to be able to take them down. Rise Nation in general looking incredible. First, let's take a look at map number 1. This one was just a grudge match between the AR players trying to prove who the best was. Chance, I think we know who came out on top of this one.
100% accuracy, like right from the get-go. Now, there was moments, again, TJ had a monster series where TJ looked like he was going to take over this map as well, but realistically, it really was just TK was too strong on this map. Methods did not have the best performances. He definitely lost that kind of one-on-one battle, but yeah, I mean, that was the talk, right? Who's going to come out on top of Forest? Accuracy completely runs away with it.
I mean, at this point, though, Rise was on a great run, right? It's 157 to 95. I mean, TK didn't earn a lot of points, but then you get over to this Ruins Hill and Bunker, and that's really where Team Kaliber took over. For Rise Nation, yeah, Methods was lackluster, but Gunless really stepped up. I think we have to show him some props, but yeah, accuracy, again, this is his Forest, right? He was trying to prove a point, and I think he did just that. It was a lot closer game than I think people are sort of talking about it, but it was a great match overall. It's super interesting to think that maybe if Rise Nation decides to veto this and maybe get a Gibraltar, maybe they don't go down 2-0. So maybe a change when they're in their next matchup. Don't want to play TK on our den.
I mean, that was the big thing when we were actually watching it at the beginning. You know, TK kind of has that early lead starting off in Cave and start saying, oh, maybe Rise shouldn't have picked it, but Rise does come back. They get some solid points on the board. It was a lot closer in the end than we thought it would be, but ultimately TK still going to reign supreme. That is their Forest. Get out, veto that Forest. Do not take them there, but S&D. Story was really loony, kind of getting off to somewhat of a slow start.
To a degree, it's something that he's going to be the sniper on the team, and he is nasty with it, but TK, they just played incredibly well around it. I think Looney might have gotten one snipe the entire time. I think TJ only had one to his name, so TK really just does a fantastic job on the map to avoid it. It's worth pointing out, though, TJ, of course, at the start looked like just the monster that we've seen him in Search. Starts off 7-1, but falters a little bit. And again, there was no one else really for Rise Nation that kind of picked it up. Gunless had some great moments where he makes some fantastic plays over by the B-bomb site, or the A-bomb side, excuse me, but even towards the end, there was a situation in a 2v3. Gunless picks up 2 kills. Actually, right here, he instantly hops on bomb. Looney's across the map. Like, he's going for a super hard read for Chino not to check the bomb site. And I just think, use it as a head glitch. Even if you don't know where Chino is, just stay alive until your teammate gets near you. But either way, maybe some small falters, but TK on that map did just look very, very good.
Yeah, I think their teamwork just sort of shined through, right? It just seems like when we talk Team Kaliber, we talk about making the correct decisions. Chino, again, 10-4, a great performance out of him. You know, he's a guy that we've talked about from time and time again. He will step up when they need him to. He did just that in Game 2.
Then the next map we go over, and you actually attributed this one to one play in particular, and that play was off the back of Theory. And not exactly a positive thing.
It was the moment where TJ makes the hero play. The situation before that was TK, when they get the flagpole, they get a clean 4 down. I think one person for TK dies, but that just means they're going to spawn up a bridge. 2 players take the flag, Cave side, but TJ is able to sneak through middle, but he cuts through you. Literally, Theory, he read that perfectly to go to watch you, to wait for the people to push through because he knows they're spawning Bell. And TJ, I mean, he gets the god tier timing to able to get through so Theory doesn't spot him. But god tier timing aside, Theory just has to watch mid-map. The player coming off spawn can watch the dome/broken side. Like, he had teammates to pick it up. His job is just to watch middle. That's where TJ runs through, and obviously TJ has to get the perfect kill on the flag carry, has to trade out Chino as well, and then of course Rise has to chuck the stuns and the nades, and then it's just a hot mess. But again, literally, if Theory just watches mid-map in that situation, TK wins this map and gets the 3-0.
Yeah, I think the one falter for Rise Nation is you can't sort of, there's 90 seconds left in regulation, you have the 1 flag lead, you have to be able to really defend that flag, right? You can't give up those sort of leads. Yes, they end up winning in overtime, but you shouldn't have to go there. Like, at this point, TJ, again, an incredible performance, 42 kills. I mean, we're about 18 minutes into this game at this point, so a great job from both Rise Nation. But when you're able to clutch up in that second half, you have to be able to hold down the base. You don't want to go to an overtime with Team Kaliber.
And definitely so. Then we go to the last hard point of this series. And, you know, the first time we're on Forest. Both of these teams incredibly strong on Forest. Obviously, we do see accuracy coming out on top in that exchange with Method. This next map, though, do you think this is a strength for either of these teams, really? It kind of seems like both of them relatively weak on this map, Joe.
Yeah, I think this is sort of how the vetoes played out, right? Like, I don't think either of these teams really want to play on this match. Maybe Rise. I think Rise, you can tell they seem very comfortable. TJ and Gunless, again, having a great performance. But TK, up to this point, they've won, you know, London Dash Hardpoints plenty of times. They know that if they have to pull it out, they will. You know, if they know a team is super strong at a certain map, they'd rather play this, and they've done that before. But yeah, it was just a great game out of Rise.
Yeah, I mean, the hot start as well was pretty huge for them. I will say, even listening to the comms, like TK, they probably do know, like, pretty much any hardpoint map better than everyone else. They know how to play it, but the big plays coming out. TJ, obviously, at that point was like 23 and 12. He gets streaks. That's huge. The plays TJ was making at the end, just in the final hills, were absolutely huge. And again, you pointed out earlier, Gunless was playing pretty fantastic as well. Even Looney had a good game. I mean, Methods, again, was kind of struggling the AR gunfight, but the rest of the team absolutely stepped up. It was a phenomenal game from TJ, of course, again. Like, he was a monster, and again, Gunless was not too far behind.
We talked about TJ quite a bit already. You know, in this one, he's able to drop 46 kills. Yeah, he's able to drop 46 kills here on London Docks. But, man, the next map in particular is just TJ against the world in the final map of our series, the one where it counts the most. TJ just really has one of the best performances we've seen in World War II.
Well, I think the big thing is, right, is he starts off 6-0, and then they're in a 2v4 situation. He peeks the A bomb site and wins a one-on-one gunfight against Chino. Chino, I think, sort of overpeaked that. Again, streaks are never something you want to give up on this map. Chino overpeaks that, gives him the kill. While they do win the round, you still give up streaks. That just gives Rise that many more tools to work with.
And it's worth pointing out, though, TK actually does a pretty fantastic job of just playing around the streaks. I think two kind of standout moments for me is, one, it's unfortunate for it to happen in theory, but he got really close to streaks and died in like a 3v1, but he did help confirm the round. So obviously it's not all bad news, but there's also a plant where they were in a 3v4, and wherever the bomb got planted, it allowed Rise to go for the stretch for the backside. So the two remaining players for TK just don't have an angle on it. Of course, they were completely pinned down as well, so it's not like it's going to be an easy situation, but small things could have gone better.
Yeah, and then Rise, they know TK strat, right? The way they like to retake that bomb site is to smoke it out. We get into a 1v2, we get into a 2v2 situation. And I'm going to be honest, Kenny gives up that top for 1 second. That 1 second is when Gunless hits it, and that's really the game. If he continues to watch top, picks up that first kill, his teammate is able to help him on bomb. The TK timing just doesn't go their way that time.
And even then, the player that was on bomb, I think it was like Looney, whoever it was that kind of snuck through the smoke, he was getting called out. So whatever player sprinted at him before getting the sight, that player got traded out instantly. But if he just manages to stay alive, then they have the man advantage. Again, we talked about how many of the things that like TK either gets lucky or just pulls off something miraculous. That time it was Rise who pulled off the miracle.
And finally going to be able to take down TK in a Game 5. Now,